stream up proper. There we go. We're in stream starting soon. Let me make sure everything is properly working here as I, Okay, we're good. Okay. Now. So, I'm gonna start a whole new dynasty. What do I want to name? I mean, I could go with... I'll just do my standard. Draco Magnius. What do we want our dynasty name to be? The name of the country that we will be reigning over.
How about for, like, in honor of it, like, it's the Odyssey?
The nation of Odyssey.
Odyssey.
I feel like I misspelled Odyssey. Hold on one second. I don't know why I always struggle with Odyssey.
Because it's a weird word with a lot of S's.
O-D-Y-S-S-E-Y. Okay, yes, I did spell it correctly. I just don't have confidence in my spelling. Good to know. Alright, so... we're back.
How dare you not be confident in yourself at all times?
Listen, if that's gonna be a requirement, I'm lacking in that a lot. So...
Oh no.
not the best thing to require. But now we are properly in. I will hit begin. We're doing Twitch. We will hit continue. So, before I explain how the game works, we need to pick which nobles we will be using for this particular country. Each one is different and has their own unique flavors. There's the Barons of the March. There are brash rural lords famous for their belligerence and fondness for hunting. Huzzah! I think they're sort of stylized after, like, older Russia. We have the Chiefs of the North, which are the Vikings. Chiefs are honorable warriors renowned for their pagan religion and prowess in combat. The Counts are ruthless aristocrats steeped in secrecy. Allegations of forbidden rituals are unproven. That's the Gothic Kingdom. The Grandees of the South. The Grandees are impassioned duelists known for their strict adherence to honor, etiquette, and the Ninth God. And last but certainly not least, we have the Patricians. They are wealthy seafaring merchants noted for their cleverness, skill in negotiating, and ornate masks. So our options are Older Russia, the Vikings, Gothic Europe, Religious City. I wanted to say Vatican City, but I feel like it's more stylized after a Asian city. And then there's the Patricians of the Coast, which is a coastal capitalist town, basically. We get 3. Which 3 would you like?
The yellow one.
So that is the Grandees of the South. Oh yeah, and I should probably... I realize now I should share my screen with all of you. King of the Castle. So you can properly see here in real time instead of using my chat. So we have 2 more options. Daluna, what did you say?
See it in real time instead of 20 seconds from now.
Ah, well, yeah. Any preferences for the other 2? So I know with the Counts, there's going to be, like, a lot of events that involve witches, demons, werewolves, and that sort of thing. If that entices anybody.
I'll say the North, or the South.
Okay, so we'll go with the capitalists again. Damn it, Chaco isn't here to be automatically a patrician of the coast.
Exactly, because that's why I'm like, hey, someone else can do it for once.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go with the Counts.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. You guys will type !join into the chat and your preferred pronouns. So if you do join space they them, although I think it auto defaults to that if you just hit exclamation point join. Excuse me. Daluna is already joined and he is part of the counts. Yelling, you are part of the patricians. It will randomly assign you. Oh, there's a new feature actually. If you own the game, you can choose your region that you'll be joining in. That's neat. That wasn't the case before.
The game yet.
Yeah, so the game is $5.99 unless they changed it. Last I checked, it was $5.99. If you own the game, you can obviously play whenever you want as the king, and you can also customize your character for every region. Right, we have 2 people in the Grandees, Bubba Lubba Ding Dong and Onyxlocket in the south. Daluna is the sole count of the east, and Yelling is the sole patrician of the coasts. If anyone else would like to join, I cannot join, as I am the king, and that would be a dick move.
What?
Yes,
No.
please pick favorites.
Yeah. You know what, I'm sure that'd be fair, right? Who's gonna know?
Bastard.
Let's see if this finally...
How do I join in the game? Because I do have it.
Okay, so we're going to start the game proper soon. You have joined. Most of our interactions are going to be through Twitch chat itself.
Okay.
And finally, I have the proper game up now in there. We could begin with this. The only, like, people that are stacked together are the Grandees, but... Oh yeah, and I can also hover so you can see what your character is going to look like.
Yes.
There we go. And let us begin. The game's going to give us descriptions of everything that, all the commands and the like. And the first thing we start with is the coronation of our king, King Draco Magnius. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. I just realized now that I still have the Odyssey room open and I should get out of there. The music is clashing. There we go. Shouldn't I be giving the orders now? Of course, Your Majesty, but to delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. Well, we wouldn't want that, I suppose. It is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Of course. Shall we call the nobles in? So, here's how the game works in general. All of you will be voting for options that we will put up to the council. For right now, it's how will we coronate the king? Our options are: A. Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. B. Force the commoners to swear a blood oath. C. Throw the king into the river, I guess. Or D. The nobles must put on a vast banquet for the king. Each one has prices and benefits. Stability goes up and treasury goes down if we do the jugglers and the wine. Authority will go up, but stability will go down if we force our commoners to make a blood oath. If we throw the king into the river, stability will go up, but authority will go down. And lastly, farming will go up for the various nations, and wealth will go down if there is a vast banquet. I, as the king, have options. I can veto one of these if I wanted to be a dick, or I could do the monarch's vote right now, which marks my preferred option, and that gives it 1 vote from me. But I will hit the start the vote button, and you can all vote for your favorite ones. You type in vote, exclamation point vote, and then the option you want to vote for, A, B, C, or D.
Okay.
Of course, Bubba. God damn it.
I was thinking about it.
I really want to see the lavish parade at least once, but no one votes for the parade with the jugglers.
It's
so
your
I appreciate
fault. You always Nope, veto to throw it into the river.
I mean, I vetoed it once, and everyone yelled at me for it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll let it happen at least once. And then everyone wants to throw in the river. So whatever it is... It is decided the king will be thrown in the river. What kind of coronation is that? A very traditional ceremony dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It is meant to represent you being reborn as a true king. The nobles pick you up and carry you into the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the bank soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? Now I must decide the path to victory for me, the king. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? How do I want to go? You know what? I think this time I'm gonna say a peacekeeper. An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. And last but certainly not least, council introduction. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet the Council of Nobles. Our nobles hail from across the kingdom. The desolate east, the wealthy coast, and of course, the scorching south. I will start with the Count of the East. Daluna, the line is yours.
Honor to make your acquaintance, Your Grace. May you escape the doom that befell your...
Well, that's ominous as shit.
I had nothing to do with it, I'll have you know.
I wasn't asking, but thank you for that.
Always have to point it out.
I'm gonna go
People
meet...
always...
Sorry, go
People
ahead.
assume the worst. Comes with the job.
Right. Look, I'm not gonna say anything, but I mean, you do wear dark clothing, so I guess some people make negative inferences from that.
Look, it's
don't.
cold over here. How do you expect me not to wear something that's gonna warm me up?
Look, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm just saying I can see why people would make the negative inferences wrongly. I have to meet the other nobles, though. I'll get back to you on that. Promise. How are the Grandees of the South doing?
Your Majesty. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Yours as well.
How fair, you being thrown into the river.
Damp, but, you know, that's what everyone voted for, and we'll get through this rain.
Oh yes, to be honest, I wanted juggling, but who's to say everybody wanted everything different?
Yeah, I wanted juggling too, but that's how it goes sometimes.
At least we know you're not washed up.
Yeah. But there is a line here for you to read.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I do appreciate the free play roleplay. That was fun.
May the ninth god bless your reign. Your Highness, I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith.
I'll do my best. And lastly, the patrician of the coasts I must meet. Yelling.
A pleasure, Your Serene Highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign.
And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. And that ends our first season, the introduction. Meanwhile, in the Grandees, Ernesto of the Bubba Ding Dong lineage, infamous southern mischief maker, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. So, those of you that are in the Grandees, you must vote how you wish to overthrow King Draco Magnius. Will you use sorcery, raise authority, subterfuge, lower stability, or C, witch hunt? Which is, you must get the highest faith.
Well, clearly there have to be witches around here.
God damned witches. The timer is not, well, the timer's up, but I obviously will wait till people actually vote. Voting is the same way, exclamation point vote, and then the answer that you would like most. Well, looks like we're gonna have a good old-fashioned witch hunt.
Witch?
Burn the witches! Where do the witches infer? Well, anyway. There's all sorts of heresy in the capital, and the Grandees intend to expose it. First, they must ensure the South is beyond reproach. To advance their schemes, the Grandees must be the region with the highest faith for 3 seasons. You already got a really good start on that with your high 7.
Yes.
Meanwhile, deep in the south, Altheus of the Yellingatme family, eccentric coastal tycoon, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hard-worked desk, speaking calmly. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Draco Magnius. Something must be done. So, our sole patrician, how would you like to take over? Is it monopoly, you raise your own trade, conspiracy, lowering the treasury, or C, corruption, lowering authority in the crown? The voting
We already
goes...
have a strong side on the monopoly.
This is
if we
true.
chose monopoly. So,
Right? Looks like they're going the old American way. You know, I just realized the patricians of the South, I think, are supposed to be ancient Greece. Looking at the architecture in the background.
Yeah, I could see it.
Ancient Greece, no, more ancient Roman.
yeah.
Actually, you're
Rome
right.
looked-
Probably more
yeah.
Rome.
I'm not sure aqueducts were as common of a thing in Greek culture.
The patricians plan to privatize the entire damn kingdom. First, they must build their industry. To advance their schemes, the patrician must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons, which you already have a strong hold on. And last, but certainly not least, in the Far East, the Count's scheme. Kaja of the Daluna 13 Dynasty, sinner Eastern Enigma, leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Draco Magnius wears the crown. How will you take over? A doppelganger? You lower your own defiance. Intimidation? You raise stability, which works with my goals. Or C, uprising? You raise the treasury.
Ooh, this is gonna be hard for them because they don't have one that aligns with something they're already strong in.
It's true.
Yeah.
But he could try to ride my coattails because I want to raise stability as well. That is a viable option, but of course the choice is his.
I'm kind of thinking the treasure wheel would be the easiest one to do,
Alright.
and it's the only one that is somewhat aligning with what the counts usually.
That's true. The counts plan to incite a peasant uprising to overthrow the king before swooping in to steal the throne for themselves. To advance their scheme, the counts must raise the treasury to 2,000 or more in 2 seasons. God damn, all of you have picked stuff you've already done without doing anything. I have to undermine all of you.
But your majesty.
Excuse me. Let's continue to laws of the land. I can choose a new law I want. Since I'm going for stability, I'm probably going to go for the call for unity. +1 stability if more than 50 nobles vote for any option is super helpful. I can only have 3 laws at a time, and it's going to ask me every so often to swap them out or not. But these are the ones we have at the current moment in time. Let's do one more capital thing before we go off into the special events in the regions. The Honor Guard.
About this game.
One evening, you're sitting up in bed reading some paperwork when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber, bold as brass. Hello, your Madge! Glad I finally found you. This bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Oh, me? Name's KotC, your mash. Pleased to meet you. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea for you. What if we tied a bunch of birds to a knight? I reckon you can field some aerial troops and the total dominate the battlefield. Before KotC can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the Palace Watch are. Do you want me to kill the intruder?
It
could be
like,
funny.
If you want to be a peacemaker, you gotta go the second one.
Wait, what about if you try the proposal though?
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I want to choose the third option, because that could be funny. We could have aerial combatants with knights with birds tied to them. It's foolproof.
Sounds like a Monty Python.
It does sound like something straight out of Monty Python.
Fuck it, let's go. No, I want to hold a vote on his proposal. Whatever you say, Your Majesty. She goes and gathers up your council, who trickle into the hall in their pajamas, rubbing sleep from their eyes. They don't look particularly pleased to be woken up. Listen, this guy just came here with a great idea. Let me tell you about it. So, here is our ideas. Yes, and the pilot program will be in the south. Military will go down for the south. Defiance will go up. Authority will go down. The pilot program in the east. Military goes down. Defiance goes up. Authority goes down. Basically, wherever this goes, those are the results. Your military will go down. Your defiance goes up. Your authority goes down. Or D, this is stupid! And defiance goes up for everyone.
You could do something really stupid right here. You could actually veto D when we have to do it.
Damn, you're right. I was gonna put Call of Unity on D and see what happens, but you're right. No, someone has to start this program. It's too funny to pass up. Alright, people, let's vote. Who's getting this program?
I mean,
Let's vote for the cat or for the coast.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want the pigeon.
Look, Yelling, it makes sense for the coast. Like, you're right by water. If you fall, you're gonna land in the water. It'll be fine. So one of them is infested with sharks.
Alright, it looks like the South wasn't on a unified front. It's going to the coast.
See, Bubba agrees with me.
Yeah, listen, you've got seagulls.
True, but I wanted pigeons.
No, you don't have seagulls. You have the Nature's Air Force. You have the pelicans.
Dang, you're right.
Okay, you know what? You know what?
The South seems
He's
like
right.
the perfect place at this point. And luckily, that's where it's going. Or, I'm sorry, the coast. Under KotC's close supervision, a flock of ravens are tied to coastlines. Ah, you fools! Should've used pelicans, gah! Instead of flying, the knight is lost in a flurry of mad pecking and pooping. KotC insists you merely use the wrong type of bird. Further experiments are conducted with owls, eagles, geese, woodpeckers, ostriches, and little grebes before hundreds of coastal troops quit in disgust. I mean, the ostrich thing could be fun. Ostrich-bound knights?
But don't they not fly?
I mean, they don't fly. I don't know why we chose ostriches, but ostriches as a mode of transportation could be useful. Needless to say, the whole thing is an embarrassing failure.
Equivalent of an axe beak.
Don't underestimate ostriches. Ostriches fought a war against the Australians and won.
That's very true.
Wait, did they do?
They did, yes.
Yes.
Look at
How
the
did
Ostrich
that
War.
work?
So,
You could actually look this up. It's actually a thing called the Ostrich War.
yeah, there's a few videos about it on YouTube, but basically, ostriches kept breaking in and eating all the farmers' grain. So instead of getting better fences and investing in infrastructure, the Australian military said, why don't we just drive out there and shoot them with machine guns? It'll go great, and we could get feather hats. And then the ostriches fucking tanked the bullets and ran away, and they didn't kill a lot, and it was an embarrassment.
Oh, it was the emus?
Oh, you're right, it's the emu war.
Emus,
not
that's right.
ostriches. Similar bird, though. Anyway.
Close enough.
Your Majesty, if that peasant had been a maniac with a crossbow, I dread to think what could have happened. If one thing is clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like the pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Alright, so tell me about the Southern Battle Nuns. That's interesting. Terrifying warriors, and they've sworn a vow of silence, so at least they won't spill state secrets. But their faith and loyalty to the church above all else, even your safety. What about the Coastal Gladiators? A gang of low-born crooks who've turned themselves into celebrities through their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're vain and selfish. Their skill in battle is undeniable, but can you trust them? And the Eastern Knights? The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. I've made my decision. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. I think I'm gonna go with Southern Nuns. I'll make the
Southern
arrangements
Battle
at once.
Nuns sounds metal as fuck.
It does, and did you see their armor? Those metal fucking masks are amazing. Look at this lady! The Battle Nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing, before filling into the formation behind your throne. Alright, now let's... Oh no, the bees are missing! Count El Robot. Who would like to read for El Robot?
I'll read for him, considering that he's count. Terrible news, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, terrible news from the east. The bees have vanished.
All the bees?
All of them. Across the east. We can't rely on bees for our honey trade. But worse, in the east, the bees are bearers of good fortune. We look after them, they look after us. Grim Olin, they have indeed deserted us. Peasants are scared that we have offended the bees somehow. We must track them down.
Look, do we have a bee negotiator? We need the bee negotiator.
I bet religion will bring him back.
Well, let's find out. A is bees come and go. Let nature take its course. This will lower their farming, raise trade somehow, but defiance in the east will go up. B, send messengers to investigate other regions to see if something has happened with them. Defiance will go down for them. Or C, ask the peasants if they noticed anything wrong. This will raise stability and lower authority. Well, I mean, I know which option I like. So you know what? I'm gonna just... There we go. But everyone is free to vote as they see fit. I will start the vote. My authority is absolute garbage right now. But I'll take the hit. Alright, looks like we have some traction on the C option. A little bit on A as well. Right, it looks like overwhelmingly we've gone to C. Thank goodness. I should have used the Unity, but thank you all.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, it makes sense to be like, okay, what else is going on? Because something like this doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I agree with Bubba. Where is Dr. Bees when we need him most? This is a crisis he'd be perfect for.
A great helping of bees can help the situation.
What? A large influx, or a large lack of bees? We need bees!
I'm gonna watch that after this.
Daluna?
What? What do the peasants know? Oh well, it's better than nothing.
While the nobles scoff at the king lowering himself to listen to the peasantry, the peasants themselves are happy to have a voice for a change. You hope to find something useful soon. And now to the south, I have an invitation.
Your Majesty, it is my singular honor to invite you to attend the Seven Pyres celebration.
Ooh. Night of the Seven Pyres? What's that?
Your Majesty, do you really not know? It is the biggest festival in the entire South.
Ooh. Oop. There we go.
It is a celebration of the ninth god and his victory over the other 8. It is the most holy and sacred night of the year. Most people like it. Most people like it because fireworks are involved.
Whee! Fireworks! No, I'll have some decorum. I look forward to attending.
Praise the ninth! I trust you are willing to finance and organize one of Pyres. It is customary for the king to do so, if he is in attendance.
Oh, I'll make it a night to remember.
Look forward to it, Your Highness.
And that does it for our second season. Now...
Can't believe.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I can't believe it kind of matches the energy I give to this guy.
It really did. So now we are in auctions. So all of you have personal wealth that's displayed right over here. I have the extension on, so if you click that card over there, it'll tell you what your goal is for your faction and how much gold you have if you ever want to check that. But each one of these will raise or lower your personal stats for your kingdoms. You can spend your money however you want by hitting !fund. X is the character code, so let's say fund A for 400 if you wanted to fund the deer park for whatever reason to lower your farming in the east. And as soon as I hit the start auction button, everyone will have the freedom to do so. So let's start that auction! Alright, looks like we have a Grand Bazaar in the south is our leading faction up, but see, we're getting a cathedral to build faith, unsurprising. If anyone wants to stop... Oh, but B, the Thieves Guild, interesting, lowering their own trade.
You know what? Probably you make a good point.
If I say vote again with another value, would that add to the vote?
Yes, you can do fund as much as you'd like as long as you have the funds for it. And there is 20 seconds left. Looks like B and C are pushing through at exactly 800. If people want to block off the Grandees from getting their faith higher, they could try to fund something else that is in a position to before the 6 seconds goes up. The Grand Bazaar could potentially beat it out if they could get at least... Nope, never mind. It's closed out. Time is up.
Dang it.
The Grandees continue to build their immense faith, and the Thieves Guild has brought down the trade of the coast. Right, and we have... Oh boy. Well, let's see what this laughingstock thing is about.
I wonder if it's related.
Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Reginald Natterflit has written another smash hit. All the theaters in the capital are showing it nightly. Oh, wonderful! I love his work! So do I. So does everyone. But the problem is the new play features a character obviously based on you. An admiring homage? How delightful! You misunderstand me, Your Highness. The character is played by a professional clown named Biffo. Oh man, Biffo's playing me? Ugh. At one point, a bucket of custard is upended over his head as he sits on the throne. Your Highness, peasants and nobles alike are watching this play. The theaters are packed. You must put a stop to it. You simply cannot be known as King Biffo. Ban the play from all theaters.
Attend it!
You order the play banned, but that makes it more popular. Its performances move to the theaters to secret showings at pubs. Fuck! Meanwhile, the nobles pay for actors to give them private performances in the comfort of their mansions. Alright, well that didn't work.
That...
Attend one!
I could arrest him, but that would be horrible for everyone, I think. Fine, I'll attend the play. When your entourage arrives at the dingy pub where the play is being illegally performed, the audience panics and scatters. Your honor guard round them up and place them back in their seats. You settle yourself down and wave for the actors to continue. They stare back at you, clearly horrified. The show must go on. The play begins. Soon enough, the Clown King arrives on stage, comedically tripping over his own robes. They somehow found an actor who looks just like you. Endless humiliations are heaped on this honking, squeaking parody. Finally, the play concludes with the custard-drenched king handing his crown to the deserving hero. All eyes turn to you. How do you react? Climb onto the stage. The actors shrink away from you. The audience are deadly silent. Everyone is terrified what you'll do next. Could really fucking turn this around.
I actually think it'd be kind of be like, no, that was hilarious. Like, good job.
You know what? I wanted to see the play. I didn't understand it first. You guys put on a hell of a performance, even though I scared the living shit out of you. Congratulations.
Hey, Daluna, is that the king?
The audience breaks
I didn't know
out
you'd be here.
into relieved cheers. The actors bow before you, weeping in gratitude. Stability has gone up, and so has authority. Hell yeah. After that, the whole capital can talk about nothing but your good humor and mercy.
Like, that's a power move right there, actually. Be like, no, I can laugh at myself. You have nothing on me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't vote for him, but I mean, he's a good leader.
I didn't vote for
You
him.
can take a joke. I gotta give it to him.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta laugh at yourself sometimes, and man, Biffo put on a great performance that night. Let's find a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year! I've been busy! You better
Again,
find the time! Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Women.
I do love how you make her very verklempt.
Yeah. The way I see it, it's the only way to do it.
Why didn't you become a doctor?
Yeah, King's great and all, but you know, Patricia's son, he's a doctor. Mom, doctors aren't even that good yet. Our medicine is leeches.
I heard that Biffo fellow's a dentist.
Oh, jeez, Biffo again. I'm tired of hearing Biffo.
He's making everybody laugh. What are you doing with your life?
Running the country.
Oh, please. Like, you can't just do that and also have a decent spouse.
Yeah, look, well, I'll let you take care of the candidates. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer.
Literally the last person in the entire family to ever get married. Your niece, who is 10 years younger than you, has already got...
Oh my god, Choco joined and he's the patricians again! Every time!
My boy.
Every
My boy.
fucking time!
It's fucking fate, friend. Taco, I'm sorry, but it's fate.
So, Chaco, I'm gonna tell you something that might make you mad. So, you own the game. There's now a new feature that you can hit join and the region you want. You don't have to be the patricians. You could have just chosen one of the other ones if you chose your region. I just learned of that at the beginning of this one. A stinging problem. I think we may have found our bees. An eastern peasant has word of the Count's bees, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I did spot a big old swarm of bees going over toward the south. Grandee, the Bubba Lubba Ding Dong stamps in, their face swollen and covered with stings. Would you like to read, then, for Bubba?
Told your religion will bring it back.
Mm.
Those damn counts. I bet they sent those bees of theirs just to trouble us.
Aren't you enjoying the honey? I did wonder what was going on with your face there.
Yes, it's terrible! By the 9th, these bees must be destroyed. No one dares to go outside. Our markets are ruined. Ruined?
Never take them. These bees are our livelihood. If they're killed, it'll be bad luck on all of us.
Then you should have taken better care of them, shouldn't you?
They disappeared!
Well,
That seems like a you problem now, isn't it?
so here are options. We could focus on luring the bees back to the east. This will raise and lower defiance accordingly, and farming will go down, I'm assuming, for the Grandees. We could just destroy the bees, which is a horrible idea that I am probably going to veto. Or C, get the church to help heal the peasants. That has a 80% chance of success, because the faith there is so high.
It's a terrible idea, but,
Yeah, I'm just gonna veto destroying the bees. Like, I could try to take it on faith that people wouldn't vote B, but, like, no. Fuck that. These bees need to be saved.
Yeah, we're already having problems with bees in the real world.
Bees?
Right. Well, it looks like the East is pretty, gung-ho about their option, but C, healing the peasants, is also a popular option. We need one vote to swing it.
Hey, Chaco, what's your
Chaco!
vote, friend?
Vote!
Right, well, I'll give him 10 more seconds, and if there doesn't a vote come soon, I will have to be the deciding vote.
Choco!
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tied at 3. The king gets the vote, and we're going to lure the bees back to the east somehow.
No!
Some grandees grumble they're not getting enough help from the crown. Their farmers resort to huge protective suits and hats which hamper their work terribly. Meanwhile, the counts are grateful, but are desperate to figure out how to bring the bees back. Eastern folktales describe charms that can control bees. Hopefully the counts can find one before it's too late. And that's that season done. Discontent on the rise. Across the kingdom, discontent with the king is rising. Everyone knew he was better off, but until now, it hadn't occurred to most people just how much better off. Now the peasants are asking all sorts of troublesome questions about their benevolent overlord. And as everyone knows, once a question has been asked, it can't be unasked. Meanwhile, perched atop a hill in the remote eastern wilderness, there sits a dark Aster castle. At the top of the tallest tower, Count Daluna 13 and his co-conspirators can be found celebrating with a few glasses of wine. Daluna?
Serfs are getting rowdy, and it's all thanks to us. How they know how, well, itchy to get rid of them.
Careful we don't get them too riled up, mind you. Or they'll start asking questions about our wealth as well.
Yeah. Now it's to incite some real. Show them the King Draco Magnius not only greedy, but utterly incompetent too.
Oh no. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Well, you're now directly opposing me. It's tax season! So, how this works, I can move your sliders up or down. Up gives a cruel tax, which I bleed you for wealth, which will raise the treasury but lower your wealth. The common tax is just 100 flat for everyone. Or I could bribe one of you, which lowers the treasury but increases your wealth for that particular region. Looking at everyone's wealth at the moment, I think I'm just going to do a flat tax for the time being. I don't have any real reasons to cruelly tax anyone. Oh, and there's also this trade bonus. The Grandees apparently dug up buried treasure worth 500 wealth in the desert. The other nobles gained 200 wealth. We have... well, let's hear about the eligible options for my wife. I've found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a partner for life I have to have and hold, don't forget. I suppose so, but the alliance comes first. Your mother leads you to the Grand Hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible bachelorettes. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Desdemona, the eldest daughter of the Ace of Spades 14 Dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. See that beautiful fur coat she's wearing in the portrait? Wolf pelt, hunted it herself. She did have to suppress a peasant revolt on her land recently. I wonder why. I don't see what all the fuss about personally. From the coast, we have Dominica, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Chocolate Zombie 101's estate. She got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness. That's rare along the coast. She's obsessed with the arena. All her friends are gladiators, and sometimes she even enters a fight herself. She's said to be led by her passions, living in the moment with no thought for her reputation. I don't like the sound of her. And finally, from the south, Callista, the eldest daughter of the Onyxlocket lineage. She's reputed... You do? She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun. But there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? Like many in the south, she claims to put her faith in the ninth god above all worldly concerns. And she's got grand plans, by all accounts. She wants to change the world. Not bad at all. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I haven't really made my decision, but I will click I've made my decision so we have the options. I'm kind of leaning towards either Dominica or Callista. I like both of them.
That's my girl.
Let's see. Dominica's fair-minded, but she gets into fights, but she's very passionate, and that's very attractive. And Callista, she's incredibly dedicated to her faith, but she has a mind to change the world. Both are very positive. I'm sorry, Ace of Spades. Your daughter, I'm not too confident in her. She had to quell a peasant revolt, which leads me to believe that people don't like her. And that's kind of antithetical to my whole stability thing I got going on around here.
My daughter, super confident.
She is.
She'll hype you up. She's your hype man.
She's also very egotistical, I remember her saying. But, confidence is a good thing, but it can be a bit extreme.
I mean...
Illy, do you have anything for Dominica? Any possible benefits, negatives?
I mean, you know how well she is?
That's true. And she's not bad about it. Alright, tell you what. I'm gonna go the two-face method. I'm gonna flip a coin.
Really?
Yes. Heads... I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, Daluna?
I need to choose my wife. Heads or tails?
That is so messed up.
Listen, this is messed up, but can you honestly say this probably hasn't happened in reality with some kings in the past?
It does sound like something that Henry VIII would have done.
Oh, 100%. Henry VIII probably did it like a bunch. But heads, I'm going to go with Callista. Tails is Dominica. Well, tails it is. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. What could possibly go wrong?
You will burn for this.
Oh dear. A useful trinket. Count L Robot holds up a slat of wood attached to a length of string. When he swings it around his head, it makes a powerful buzzing sound.
Look at this. Bee charm. We brought it from a wandering druid. It's proven most effective against attracting bees back to... You can even control them to an extent.
That is powerful. A blanket of eager bees is already covering the windows of the council hall. I love to hear some good news for a change.
Practically brownie and crops are thriving.
Ooh.
However, I petitioned the council for investment to stop harm. It requires constant use of my arms.
Yeah, I can see why that would be a problem.
Besides, it would be a shame for an unfortunate warm situation to happen.
The nobles exchanged nervous glances. No one wants a plague of bees descending on their household. Alright, so what will we do? The treasury will pay off the counts. We will lower the treasury by 1,000. This will lower defiance, raise their farming, and give them 300 wealth. B, the other nobles should pay off the counts. This will raise and lower defiance accordingly, meaning every other region will have their defiance raised, and the nobles of the east will be lowered. Farming will go up. Wealth will go up and down accordingly. Or C, forbid the counts from using the bee charm aggressively, which has a 30% chance of success because my authority is so low. You know what? I'm going to put a call for unity on A. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. The way call for unity works is if more than 50% of the nobles vote for one option, then I get a buff from my stability. So let us start the vote. Vote now! Alright, it looks like we're tied up. Either the treasury or we're just gonna... Oh, wait, never mind. C is picked up. Which has a chance of failing... Oh my god. Everyone wants to forbid the bee charm. What the fuck? Well, not everyone. The entire East wants to use the bee charm, but everyone else teamed up to forbid it.
Fuck your
Look, we see nothing wrong with you guys paying us to stop using it.
Well, it's decided.
Fuck the bees.
Vulpix. Vulpix just wants to see this go bad. Rude. The counts protest a great deal that they didn't mean to threaten anyone, but they do give in. The other nobles are grateful that you put your foot down. This raises stability because of my choice. Oh wait, it actually succeeded! I rolled on a 30% chance and got correct! Hell yeah! The East is upset. the Defiance is down from the coast and the south. Instead of eyeing other regions, the Counts focus on their own land, building up even more honey stores and helping their fields flourish, so their farming still went up. That surprisingly went well.
That went better than anybody could have expected.
You know what? I think Bubba has a fair point. He got stung like crazy by bees during the summer. He doesn't want that to be a weapon. And I guess I could see the potential dangers of having a weaponized bee storm. God,
But you don't want a deadly bee weapon?
Fuck your bees, man.
I'm sorry.
You don't want to turn your prisoners into Nicolas Cage?
Not the bees!
Not the bees! Why'd he get burned? Why'd he get burned?
So, Yelling,
Did I do voice?
would you like to read for Archie Pixels?
Sure. In your opportunity, your august majesty, a Kurt ship sunk last week, just off the coast. I request permission to salvage the wreckage. Kurt vessels are always full of valuable things.
Would you like to read for Grandi Sylvie? Sylvie. Words. Hard.
That is a hard name in general.
Would you like to read for them then?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's our waters. Upon my honor, in fact, it's closer to our city of Serenza?
Serenza, maybe?
Serenza? Yeah, Serenza, let's go with that. Any of yours.
But you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for a chest of silver. You were having money problems. Your Serene Highness, esteemed council, don't let this liar fool you.
Alright, Council, we'll have to decide. Do we allow the Patricians to salvage a ship? There's a 70% chance of success. The Grandees to salvage, which is also 70%. C, do we salvage a ship but return any bounty to Kurth? This will piss off everyone, but I mean, Kurth will probably be happy about it. Or D, do we just leave that wreck alone? Who cares? Fuck that thing. That is a 30% chance of success. Well,
That's actually the peaceful option, because you think about it, if you leave you can argue, yes, yes, there's wealth on that ship, but there's also people that died on that ship, so let's not
Loot that body.
play my flute while I loot that body. You know what? I'm just gonna let the vote and see where the chips fall.
I agree with Bubba.
Alright, looks like it's getting pretty close. It's a dead even heat. I'm surprised people want to give it to Kurth. Oh wow, it just beat out.
I'm doing this for the reason of, yeah, it would piss everyone off, but it's also gonna lower raise defiance, which is gonna, I think, help my cause.
No, you're trying to lower stability.
Oh.
Which is, almost at max.
Y'all need more faith.
Kurt, what did those dogs ever do to deserve this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you offering because I hear wine?
That's good. Well, I mean, you know, there was a very reasonable case brought up that there could be bodies on there and we should give them back their people at least. Although both the patricians and the grandees protest your decision, the salvage goes ahead. You retrieve handcrafted furniture, a strange music box, and a few barrels of pickled herring. It doesn't seem like much, but the Kurth diplomat accepts it gracefully. providing a significant amount of gold in return. You see, there was profit to be had. For me specifically, apparently. That treasure can be used for the kingdom. Meanwhile, in a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Tinamiska, two grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Did I read for Bubba?
I did some. You did at the beginning.
Okay.
That is also me.
So yeah, instead of having you conversing with yourself, I'll read for Bubba and you can read for yours.
Okay.
Praise be! Whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the sins of the king to be laid bare. I already have leads on information from the inside of the palace that we can use against the king. It is only a matter of time.
We have the highest inquisitors on our side, but we must also dissent among the other regions. We must succeed alone.
For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must rage the other region's defiance to a combined total of at least 8, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons. Rebellion is interesting for those new to the game. When your defiance gets high enough, you can decide, fuck all this, we're gonna rebel, and then we enter a wartime where the allied kingdoms will team up against the rebelling kingdom, and we'll have a bunch of war events.
So it's not a cool Devil May Cry sword?
Kind of. Let's see what else we have here. We have reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favored option, and the option with the least votes will pass. Or swing votes. After voting, nobles can change their mind and vote for a different option. Or anonymous voting. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. I do like the monarch vote. I do like the call for unity. I like the veto. So I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of any of my stuff just yet. I suppose I could get rid of the monarch vote for reverse voting, because that could be fun. But I think I'm happy with what I have at the moment.
Reverse voting is always my favorite one, because, like, we all forget that it's reverse voting, and it's like, oh shit, we actually have to vote for the thing we don't.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The royal wedding. Your wedding to Dominica is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Dominica at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I love that there is an option for, like, fuck this, I can't do this! Get me out of here!
You could change your mind. Marriage is a big toll on the king's soldiers.
I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. Hey, maxed out stability, rather. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Dominica, delivers a short but heartfelt toast expressing a wish to get to know you better. Our stability is now serene, authority is dubious, defiance is now at cordial with the coast, aloof with the south, and aloof with the east. By the time you find yourself with Dominica, it's past midnight if you've never felt more tired. I must profess, I'm glad it's over. We can finally talk openly with each other. Actually, now that I think about it, Yelling, would you like to read as my wife since she's from your region, or would you prefer I did it?
I am fine with either.
Alright.
I must confess, I'm glad that it's over. We can finally talk openly to each other now.
I must admit I feel the same way.
I'm glad to hear that. It must be difficult being king. Constantly surrounded by liars, lick-spittles, and flatterers. I don't know how you stand it.
Above board, I say this with all of my angst from being a cashier. You get used to it.
That's the most real I've ever heard you in
Yeah,
the entirety of the, 2 years I've known you.
Yeah.
that's really
I
upsetting,
figured,
but also true.
look, being the king is really hard. I figured I would channel the most energy from my life that I could into that line.
I mean, it fits, so.
It's very true.
I suppose you were born into it, weren't you? You had no choice but to get used.
Yeah. After finishing the last of the wine, you head to your separate bedchambers, which is a weird thing, that I guess is a thing. It seems your wife is happy to take her time getting to know you. Oh, I see, we're playing it slow. Gotcha.
That's actually more of a common thing these days, where people will have, like, instead of having one master bedroom, they'll have 2, like, small bedrooms, and then, like, occasionally, like, basically spend the night in the other one.
Huh.
I feel like that makes sense though, because like otherwise, like, it takes a lot to suddenly completely share everything in your life.
That's
So I
fair.
kind of see why people do that now.
But let's get to the Night of the Seven Pyres. I've been looking forward to this. It's not long until the Night of the Seven Pyres. As you journey south, the sun beats down like a hammer. Grandee Onyxlocket meets you at the gates to the city of Merona.
Glad you can make it, Your Holiness. Welcome to Mayrona?
Merona, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
A beautiful place you have here.
The whole city is excited to have you here. Your Majesty, the citizens cannot wait to see your pyre burn. You will provide the surrounding entertainment and arrange the event spectacular climax. Sorry, I am like super tired.
No worries.
But first, which of the deposed gods? What is that word?
Effigies.
Effigies. Do you want to be responsible for burning?
Let's see, there's the 8th god, the Entombed One, the 7th god, the Lord of Darkness, the 6th god, the Poison Eater, or the 3rd god, the Drowned Lady. Kind of like the Lord of Darkness, because that seems symbolic to set the Lord of Darkness on fire. Let's go with the
Remember where
7th.
you're at?
Where, I mean, I'm in the Holy Lands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Drowned Lady, then? Is that what you're trying to imply? Because witches?
I thought they liked the 8th. Didn't they?
No, the 9th god is the
9th.
god of the...
Whoops.
See, the whole festival here is about celebrating the defeat of the other 8 gods. So we're burning the effigies of these gods.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think
I don't know. Fuck it.
I think I'm gonna go with 7th, because again, that seems very symbolic, setting the 7th god on fire.
An excellent decision, Your Majesty. Traditionally, the 7th god effigy is over 50 feet high and burned in the capital square, usually affecting the bigger crowds.
Excellent.
Attracting fuck.
No worries.
Now, what kind of entertainers will you be hiring to surround your pyre? Impress the spectators.
Excuse me, let's see. Fire dancers, lion tamers, clowns, acrobats, or fire breathers.
Or none.
Nah, fuck them. They get nothing. Just enjoy my big burning man. God. I love that clowns are the cheapest. Why are clowns the cheapest?
Get random people in makeup. They don't have to be professionals.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the fire dancers. Even though it's the most expensive, it's also gonna be the, biggest
Oof.
show.
A wonderful choice, Your Majesty. The fire dancers of the south are famed throughout the kingdom. You'll need more than that to draw the crowd, however. Who else?
Okay, so we
Please,
got
indulge
the
me.
fire tamers. The lion tamers, the clowns, are the acrobats. Or more fire breathers. Oh wait, no, fire breathers.
Yeah, fire.
And then fire
breathers.
dance. You know what? That's a good combo, I think. Fire breathers and fire dancers.
I'm down.
I mean, it's
What
the
we learned-
cheaper option,
It's like-
but
It's like what we learned is that King Draco Magnius is obsessed with pyro.
I do not know how they do it without burning their lips. Your Majesty, must be a technique to it. Anyone else?
let's see. Acrobats could be fun. Although, you know what? I feel like I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I wasn't sending in the clowns, considering the Tuesday game.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
I
why
was-
dang
I
it,
was
because
about
it's
to
me.
I would be kind of surprised if you didn't pick clowns after Tuesday games.
I must admit, Your Majesty, the thing horrifies me. But it is your decision. Actually, that is too accurate. Holy shit.
You
What?
afraid of clown.
I'm not afraid of him, I just don't like him.
I like clowns. Man, me and Rabbit are the only two people that like clowns, it seems.
But it's your decision. With all those entertainers, your pyre will be quite the spectacle.
I think that's it. I think we're good. I don't need to hire literally everyone.
Yeah, no, get everybody. Why not? Spend all your money.
Yeah. I mean, we're wealthy, but I don't need to be throwing money out the window.
Your work is not done yet, Your Majesty. You must decide on the pyre spectacular climax. Sometimes we go with fireworks, but those are expensive. Black powder must be sourced all the way from KotC.
And hey, we helped KotC, so, you know, maybe they could do me a solid.
Yeah, you know, hey, just jab me up. A less exciting alternative is toppling the effigy over, like a falling tree.
I love the way they word this. We will fill the effigy with an obscene amount of fireworks. Just shove them on in there. I mean, I could go grandiose, but that could lead to problems if things go awry. I think I'm just gonna go with the normal amount of fireworks. No need to go too pyromaniac.
Okay.
Look, I'm fine with a decent amount of pyromania, but there's a limit, you know?
Yeah, you're right. I'm not trying to have you explode everything.
Yeah, I'd rather keep this city on the map if it's all the same.
Wonderful, Your Majesty. Your pyre will culminate. I think it's right.
Yeah, culminate.
Okay. If in a fireworks display, bring the night sky alive. I will make the arrangement at once.
Alright, let's see how our festival goes. I can't wait. Soon the night of the 7 pyres is upon you. The streets of Merona are crammed with merrymakers as the royal stagecoach makes its way to the town square. The citizens greet you with cheers and roses. The effigy of the 7th god towers over the rooftops, a 50-foot demon with fearsome horns. As it bursts into flames, out come your fire dancers, clowns, and fire breathers. You anxiously wait for the crowd's reaction. The clowns honk and squeak. The fire dancers sway alluringly, spinning their flaming torches. Flame breathers roar gouts of flame. The crowd applauds, delighted at the sheer spectacle. Finally, your effigy explodes and fills the night sky with fizzling colors. The crowd coos. The surrounding billions look distinctly flammable. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. 70% chance.
Oh, jeez, this is a great night. Nothing bad happens.
Boy, I hope nothing bad happens. Fortunately, no stray sparks catch anything alight. Thank the stars. You didn't want to be known as the king who burned down Meronia. Or Merona.
Look at my hat. Does this look flammable? It is.
It does look very flammable.
That is an eagle feather, sir, and I do not want that to be burned. You can't get them anymore.
The next day, you wait anxiously to hear how the South reacted to your fiery display.
Oh, wait, sorry. Congratulations, Your Majesty. All anyone can talk about is your spectacular pyre. Sorry. Fuck, I can't.
No worries.
Everyone agrees you honored the ninth god and put one hell of a show. Excuse my blasphemy.
No worries. I won't tell anyone if you don't.
Indeed.
And let's see. Defiance has gone completely down. Faith is now fanatical. Your faith is going nowhere. Authority is now at credible, and stability literally can't go any higher. Always a pleasure to serve my people.
Thank you, Your Highness. I hope you come down someday for another night of the Seven Pyres.
Absolutely. Fun was had by all. And the last thing for this season is putting on a show.
Woo!
Would you like to read for Volptic?
I'm trying to think of a voice.
No worries.
Your esteemed highness, I have the
Ali?
most wonderful solution to all that excess gold cluttering your treasury.
Go on.
We should put on a mock sea battle in the coastal arena. For too long, we've put up with gladiators fighting to death on dry land. Boring!
How would that work?
We waterproof the arena and fill it with seawater. Then we crew a few custom-built ships with our most expendable gladiators and have them duke it out before a screaming crowd.
That does sound fun. But it is up to the nobles. What should we do? Should we hold the Moxie battle in the arena? This will lower the treasury by 2,000! That's a lot of money. That's most of our treasury. It will bring down Defiance. It will raise trade and raise military strength in the coast. Keep in mind that the people of the south want to raise Defiance. As a cheaper alternative, we could just hold the event at sea. That's only 1,000 for the treasury. Trade goes down and authority goes down. Or C, forbid the arena from experimenting with naval combat. This will just raise Defiance.
I see.
You know what? I kind of like holding it at sea, but the arena battle does sound exciting, but that's most of our money.
I'm gonna vote B.
I think, you know what? Let me cancel this out. I think I'm just gonna go for... I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna see what you guys do. Alright, Ace of Spades went for the mock battle in the arena, and so did Simply Voltic, but it looks like we have a lot of people choosing B. However, in the C, we have Bubble Ubba Ding Dong as one of the people from the south. Oh, looks like the south is unified behind option C. So it's going to either be B or C at this point. That's 6, 7, 8. We have 2 people that haven't voted. But we will move on as we have to choose. Do we either do the cheaper alternative or do we just forbid this nonsense? I think I'm going to go with B. Yes.
It'll be much more exciting, I promise you. I suppose it's a little impractical to waterproof the entire arena. I'll make arrangements to hold the mock battle at sea.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of work, a lot of people to pay to coat every single area around there. And where would people sit, right?
Well, it would be kind of hard to figure out an area to sit unless you have like a, I guess, a arch or something, like or a little nook
Yeah.
in the land, so you can see everyone fighting if it was not waterproof than in the sea.
Yeah, the sea is much
But
better.
what if people get hurt from, like, what if passerbyers get hurt? Like, we can't have our dear customers love to see all these shows get hurt.
Well, yeah,
Because
but
we
we
host-
could watch from the shore. I mean, some people might need, like, telescopes or something, but we could have, like, ships nearby, but not in the crossfire. But anyway, a few weeks later, the show is held just offshore, with audience members jammed into a few overcrowded cargo ships. It starts off well enough, with gladiators, ships circling each other and firing specially made mini cannons. Unfortunately, in a particularly exciting moment, a gladiator captain swings on a rope, cutlass between her teeth. The crowd rushes forward to get a better look and tips their boat over. Dozens of people drown, including many of the best artisans in the coast, and the noble patrician Simply Voltic sinks to their doom, weighed down by their gold and silver jewelry.
Jesus Christ.
God damn. The common folk whisper that the disastrous sea battle was a huge waste of money and shows that you have no control over your spending. Well, Simply Voltic has unfortunately died, but Simply Voltic II has joined the council. Authority is now dubious. Well, that was unfortunate. You'd think that the one at sea would be more efficient than the one in the arena, but apparently the arena one would have worked better. But anyway, in a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The coast... Oh, sorry. I was reading for that one because that was your noble in standing. And this way you don't have to talk to yourself.
That's fair.
The coastal economy is strong. What do we do with all this coin?
Time to start buying things, my friend. Land, road, bridges. We'll buy up the whole kingdom piece by piece. But first, King must be in desperate need of.
Well, it sure is a good thing I chose the cheaper option. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Right? So everyone is on their second phase of their plan. No one has made forward progress as of yet.
I apologize, Draco. I have to.
Oh, no worries.
But Chocolate Zombie is here, so.
Hey, Choco.
Tag team!
Yep. I should have brought water.
Right, so let's see. Yeah, I do have some water. Do we want to take a break at some point to refill, stretch water, drink legs, and all that, or?
It'd be ironically enough, it'd be a perfect time to do that.
Actually, yeah, we're about to start the next season. We could take a quick break right now. Get everyone situated.
I didn't know this game had so much talking.
Yeah, this game is, pretty chatty. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Right, we will see you all in just a little bit as we stretch our water, drink our legs, all that fine jazz, and we'll be right back.
I'm assuming you guys continued on the last time we did this, or did you start a new game?
Alright, I'm back. Draco, are you here?
Yep.
Welcome to the fun.
I asked earlier, but I didn't know if anybody heard me. If you guys started a new game or you were just playing from where we left off last time.
Brand new game.
Ah, excellent. Carpet Dynasty 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Which made it even funnier that you got it this year. Or this time.
Sunbolt to the face.
So apparently, once again, the flute guy, Pedro Eustache, will be part of the Game Awards orchestra.
Oh, the epic flute guy from that one trailer.
Yep.
Jeff Keighley, don't change. Enjoy memes that were dead like 3 years ago. I'll say this, Choco, you missed the Q&A. Because I jumped in at the end of it, but it was still pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, I was playing the new Yakuza game, so I kind of didn't notice.
I have returned.
While we're on break, Draco, we could actually ask Choco some of the questions.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking about that while I was grabbing myself some more water. So let me pull up my my thing here while we're still on break. So, Choco, these were some of the questions I asked. What is your favorite character moment for Lilith in the campaign?
Honestly, I'd probably say it would be, probably the whole deal with Helvis being able to contribute to, creating a new room in the disco.
Well, that makes sense. And what was your favorite character moment for someone else's character that we saw?
I'd probably say... I have to think for a minute.
No worries.
Probably the whole revelation with Watcher and him finding out about the King in Yellow.
Ah, yes, that's a really good one. If I'm being honest, that's probably one of my favorite moments, too. Who is your favorite NPC, and why?
Is it Ina Mina that runs the Hit Me Hecna?
Yes.
Then that one.
She is pretty great. And who is your least favorite NPC, and why?
I have to think about this one.
No worries.
Because it's a lot of there's a lot of people on the list, and half of them I don't remember.
No worries. Oh, Bubba, I think he was just quoting the line that Hecna gave Watcher.
I don't know, probably...
So, like, anyone that just either rubs you the wrong way, their character as a whole, or someone you have anything against.
God, this is so hard because I'm just such an indifferent person.
No worries.
No, like the funny thing is that you can actually ask her in character, like, who does Lilith absolutely despise?
Yeah, that you've met in the Revelia so far.
Lilith would probably hate... Trying to think who would be, like, her exact mirror. Like, the person that is everything she isn't. She would probably hate... I forget her name. Who's the one that runs... that we saw that was, making all of the wax people?
Oh, that's Sophia, the Chandler of Flesh, Sophia.
Oh yeah, Sophia. That would probably be like she would probably not have a whole lot to say about Sophia. Anything good.
Well, then I'm really interested on how that's gonna go when you guys meet up with her to take her down. And Bub was right. It could also be a monster that you encountered, like your least favorite monster that you had to fight against in the Revelia. But Sophia's a good answer. Let's see. When were you scared the most for your character or your other party members' lives?
Fucking Cicero.
Yeah, no, that is 100% fair.
The minute, the fact that he just fucking one-tapped Argyle just immediately in character made Lilith go, oh, shit.
Oh, like, that was my answer, too.
Yeah. And I mean, that is 100% fair. Honestly, with that question, I feel like that's probably one of the biggest ones.
That was, like, to be fair, we still had the advantage, but the fact that he could just one-hit people was scary enough, and that's why Lilith dropped slow, because it's like, fuck that, I don't want him to do anything more than one of those things a turn.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last question from my list was, how did you come up with your character and their voice? I mean, your voice is, Lilith is just your voice, so how did you come up with your character?
It is a character that I've played a couple of times before. The first one, the origins are when I used to play IRL with a group back when they used to be in one of the malls in my town. It was just a random pickup game, and it was actually, what was it? It was Tyranny of Dragons that we were playing through, and or maybe it was Horror of the Dragon Queen, I don't remember which one. But I built Lilith just as like a... I don't remember. I think I built her as a Whisper's Bard initially, but moved over to Glamour. But it was just a character that was like, you know, I've had this idea for a little bit. What do I want to do with it? Alright, we'll just throw it into a character creation, and it kind of stuck. And eventually I used her for, I had to leave that game for a while because of work, but then eventually I came back, and they were doing a homebrew game, and I was like, you know what, I'll bring Lilith back, and it ended up she was just really fun to play in that group and that story, and ultimately it just stuck. And just the idea of Lilith is not evil in the general sense of like wants to take over the world, this and that, blah blah blah. She's just evil in the sense that she wants what she wants, and that's pretty much it. And what she wants right now is that best bard in the world tagline, and she's willing to do anything to get it. She's friends with the party, because they're all kind of trapped in the same place and they kind of need each other to survive, but also because if they can help her get that goal, then she'll stick with them. But if they show that if they don't cut it, if they're not good enough to help her get that tagline, then she has no problems dropping them. But she wouldn't stab them in the back necessarily. It would more or less just be a case of yep, well, we got out of the Revelia. Sorry guys, I'm fucking off.
I'm off on the next grand bardic adventure. See ya.
You're welcome to join me if you want. You're welcome to join me if you want to, but pull your own way and help me do what I want. And if you can't do that, then well, I'll find somebody else. Lilith is extremely selfish. Like, she's neutral evil. Again, like, she's not like take over the world kind of evil, but just she only cares about her and that's it. Doesn't give a shit about anything else around her.
Absolutely self-serving.
Why do you think she never told anybody about the Boot of Hecna and the fireball shot that's in her pocket right now?
Yeah.
No one needs to know.
You know, that's for her to know.
They don't need to know until it becomes useful.
All right. Are we still waiting for Than to get back?
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh, you were just really quiet.
No, I was just letting you do your thing.
Oh, okay. Well, let me put us back into the game proper.
What do you take me for? An interrupter? Absolutely not.
Real quick, the one other thing that I like about Lilith that I haven't really demonstrated too much is, and if we get into it, we'll notice. It's happened once, but not to a massive display. Lilith will control somebody if it means getting what she wants, but she despises being controlled.
I mean, we definitely saw that in the disco.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Simply Volptic brings up a good point. Did anybody bring water for the rest of chat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to.
Well, you know, Bubba brought legs, so at least they have that, but, you know, maybe you could pour some water on your computer. I'm sure nothing bad would happen if you did that.
Yeah, hold on, let me give that a try.
That might get it to them. But while you're attempting that, definitely and absolutely, let's...
Yeah, totally, it's gonna...
Let's see what else we have here. Call of the Arena or the Mysterious Ship. Oh, wait, and Shark Attacks? That's pretty inland for Shark Attacks. I mean, I know it's the coast, but what? The place where the flag is baffling me. I kind of want to... What's going on with Shark Attacks? You know what I realized? Like, normally I read for the Chancellor and the other people in the close circle for the King, but we could delegate some of these out, so I'm not talking to myself either. Who would like to be the Chancellor? Or I could keep reading him if no one wants it.
I was gonna say, I think we're all good with voicing, like, our respective, clan members.
Fair enough. Upsetting news from the coast, Your Majesty. Several peasants have been killed by a shark. I've already sent your condolences.
Speaking of, you can't close my beach!
Man, it sure is Jaws in here.
I was gonna say, oh my god, this is the plot of Jaws 1.
Excuse me?
That beach is vital for coastal tourism. You can't close it just because a few people got on the wrong end of a fish.
Well, now I want to close it.
You can't. I'll take this all the way to the council. They'll see reason.
Alright, what do? Do we keep the beach open and Jaws 1 happens, which will lower a bunch of different things? Defiance, and trade, and farming, and stability. Do we hire an adventurer to hunt down the man-eater, which I feel like would be a more interesting plot to Jaws? If just some... Well, actually, no, that is what happens in Jaws 2. Shut down the beach. This will raise defiance, lower wealth, increase stability, but it'll lower their trade. Or D, do we turn the shark itself into a tourist attraction? Defiance goes down, trade goes up, and wealth goes up.
I remember the first time I did this one, I picked D because it just seemed hilarious.
Yeah, it does seem great. I mean, look, let's make lemonade out of lemons here. There is a shark. We could do something about that, but what if we made it a tourist attraction?
Come see our giant killer shark. Don't get too close because, you know, waivers and all of that.
Yeah.
You signed this waiver. We're not responsible if you decide to swim in the ocean and go try and pet the shark.
You voted a little too early, but let's start the vote. Vulpix and Daluna, you'll have to vote again, but noticing a lot of people want to have Jaws happen.
Blood for the blood god.
And then there's some who want to shut down the beach, but, you know, the capitalist class really wants to do the tourist attraction. It seems we have a tie. Not a three-way tie, but a tie. Alright, so either we completely throw caution to the wind and just open the beach. Let those kids in that water. What's the worst that could happen? Or we shut down the beach, which is unfortunate for some things, but I think I'm just gonna keep my stability where it is, thank you.
For the night's sake, are we really shutting down my most profitable beach over a rowdy tuna?
Defiance is now at grumbling, and some patricians' wealth have decreased. Yes. It's the only sensible option. The beach is closed until further notice, and tourism revenues take a nosedive. But no more people die. But what's this arena thing I'm seeing? Would you like to read for my wife, or am I reading for my wife?
I gotcha. Draco, I have something I need to discuss with you. I've been honing my combat skills in the practice yard, but I long to experience the real thing. The arena in my hometown is looking for volunteers. May I heed the call?
Who would you be fighting?
Mostly wild animals like bulls or lions, but if I impress, who knows? Maybe I'd get to fight an arena legend like the Adder or Harayo the Bulwark. Not to worry, fights against gladiators are only to first blood, of course.
Well, as long as you're careful.
Excellent. Look for me in the fur loincloth. I'll be wearing your colors, of course.
Oh my. I just imagined her and... The day of Dominica's first fight comes quickly. You watch from your booth and she looks... attractive. All that fighting in the yard wasn't for nothing after all. Dominica does well in her first bout, dispatching a wild boar with only a trident. But it's her fight against the lion that everyone is waiting for. Oh, there's 55% chance on, but why would I yawn? That's rude. Obviously, I'm going to cheer her on. Hey, success!
The combination of these animals.
Yeah, I just realized. Oh my god. Once again, the game accidentally... What are the odds?
I really don't like the... how common this has gotten.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous at this point. I'm sorry. It proves to be a thrilling fight, but Dominica slays the beast in the end. As she raises a bloody trident above her head, the crowd cheers wildly. Word of the fight spreads far and wide, and even results in a small boost in your popularity as a royal couple. You wonder if Dominica would be willing to risk her life for fame and glory a little more regularly. And let's see what this is about a ship.
Your Grace, shipper, edge of my state.
That seems familiar.
It's not even from the east. Name is Sarah Freya. It bears a southern flag.
Huh.
Oh, That vessel went missing a few months ago. A few months back. We feared she was lost.
Well, if she has been found on land, right on top of my favorite picnic spot.
Wait a minute. Is the implication here the ship somehow got really far inland? What? Is it implying that, or just that his estate is beachfront property in the east?
It's a land boat.
Because it seems like somehow this boat got in the middle of the fucking continent.
Served discovered only one survivor. A southern slave or sailor. He claims to remember nothing of what happened.
I could read, or do you want to?
I can do it. Don't you worry, Draco. My head is killing me. Has been ever since I woke up.
So what happened to you?
I swear I didn't do anything. Last I remember, we were sailing along the southern waters. Then nothing.
Poor soul. Oh, and that's you.
Yeah, that's me again. This poor soul needs looking at. We must care for him and for posterity.
Now it's you, Daluna.
Nay, we must interrogate him further. I must know why this ship is on my land.
Alright, Council, what do? Do we send the sailor to a monastery to convalesce in peace? This will lower defiance. Do we pay a scholar to help him recover his memory? That is 1,000 gold from the treasury, but a lower defiance. Should the Counts hire adventurers to investigate the wreck? This will lower wealth and raise defiance. Or D, do we leave the sailor to recover alone and the wreck to molder away, doing absolutely nothing about this? Defiance will go up, but so will trade.
Look, a documented account on what happened will help us.
True. I kind of want to have adventurers explore the wreck, but that would raise
D&D
defiance.
Be lowers treasury, be lowers treasury, be lowers treasury.
It does lower treasury, which is why I don't want B. You know what, let's send this man to convalesce in peace. That's my vote. But you guys decide your votes now.
Whoops. I think mine went through.
I
think I went a
no,
little
it
bit too
didn't.
early.
Yeah, you went a little too early.
Fuck. Messages identical to this one.
Alright, I don't think I see... Oh, no, wait, there's Bubba. Okay, so...
For some reason, it's not letting me do. Oh, there we go.
Okay, it was just a little slow. Alright, so that is seven votes. Alright, well, the timer has run out. Voting has closed. It looks like the Count should hire adventurers to investigate the wreck. Daluna?
Wow, why was we foot the bill?
I mean, it's on your land, to be fair. The Adventurers Guild is always hungry for cash. They put together a ragtag band of their best explorers led by a woman named Chania. We'll be back soon with news, don't worry. We never fail! I should hope not. Counts are
sure
paying you
about
pretty
that?
penny. Alright, everyone, it looks like we have an auction. You could make a prison to try and lower my stability. You could lower your trade if you wanted to by making a thieves guild in the Counts. There's an aqueduct for the grandees that will raise their farming, or a stadium which will lower their military. The patricians could make a fortress to raise their military, or an observatory to lower their faith. Let's start that auction!
Our military sucks. Let's go for the fortress.
Yeah, it's probably in the patricians' best interest to fund that fortress. And I see someone's starting to make that prison. Once again, for anyone not familiar, you do the... Oh, there it goes. It's taking a little bit. Alright, it looks like so far the prison and the fortress are the favorites to win. Oh, wait, hold on. The aqueduct just came into play. It has a 500 placed on it. The prisons could potentially outrun that if they want to put more money in, but obviously, as the king, I would like to see the aqueduct built. I think it would help the people very much. There are 9 seconds left to place your bets. Oh, wait, 700 just put in. The Grandies are going to have to pump in a little more money, and there it is. Time is up.
Oh, fuck.
So it looks like we're getting a new fortress in the coast, and we are getting an aqueduct in the Grandies to the south. Counterfeit currency? About your heir and the adventurer's return. Well, let's find out about my heir before we do the counterfeit currency, because I'm a little worried about that. Your marriage to Dominica has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order! The royal wedding was a magnificent affair! I'm very happy, thank you. Happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom, but I'm glad you found a way to have both. Fuck you too, Mom. You've done well so far, but something's still missing. An heir. When are you gonna bring me grandchildren? You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together, yes? Ah, the traditional method. No one would object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can, get down to business. Don't like how you put that, so I'm just gonna move on. The South has been prosperous of late, but my tax collectors are reporting suspicious coins in the latest takings. The whole region is awash with fake money. The council needs to act. I'll say, what are we going to do, council? Tell everyone in the South to examine their coins and return any duds. This will lower trade stability and authority. B, we could offer a substantial reward if the counterfeiters are caught. This will lower our treasury, but will raise our stability. Or C, do we order our artificers to invent a new coin that's harder to counterfeit? This will lower trade. You know what? Just cause. What'll it be, nobles? This is a very serious issue that we need to tackle. We can't have counterfeit money in our kingdom. I did like the new coin idea, certainly. Alright, once again we have a dead heat between the Counts and the Grandies. I feel like some people haven't voted, though. I'll give it some time before we properly move over. Chaco has not voted. You also have KotC Lament has not voted. Yeah, I noticed that, Vulptic. For some reason, some people haven't voted properly. Which is why I'm giving us a little window to properly have our votes put in. Chaco?
There we go.
Okay. Alright, so you also went for A.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild how that's happening. I'm not sure how we have the most... It's possible that KotC may have walked away. I know Yelling certainly walked away, and I don't know about Archie Pixels.
They probably voted Or they probably signed up and were like, then turned away.
Yeah. So it looks like we'll just tell everyone in the south to examine their coins and return any duds. Town criers across the south ring their bells and order the townsfolk to beware forged coins. Unfortunately, the result is a complete loss of trust in the king's coinage. Southern townsfolk barter goods instead, while the merchants ask for foreign currencies. Damn, my stability just went straight down. Alright, now let's zoom out and see how the adventurers did.
They are abandoned adventurers return for the wreck of the rift. Bring bad news.
Oh.
I do love that.
What?
Typical.
Yeah.
Never good.
You know what? Typical. We can only remember fragments, Your Majesty, like a half-forgotten nightmare. But I remember running down an endless labyrinth that twisted around me, coiling like a serpent.
Couldn't reach the captain's cabin in the center. Colonel's really turned. Better equipment.
Okay, so what are we going to do, Council? They may return, but they need better equipment. That is a 50% chance of success, going off of our trade. B, don't let them go back. No one should explore this area. It's clearly, clearly cursed. That's going off of our authority, another 50%, or... See, it's their choice. Let them do what they want. Pure random chance, 50%. Let's start the vote. Goodness. Oops. I mean, if we want them to succeed, they should probably get better equipment. I do agree on that front.
Sure.
Although, the other options are... Oh, well, there's the vote. Not everyone voted. Oh, there we go. So we still have a few people missing, I think, but... The unanimous decision is clear. They may return, but they need better equipment. Oh, our first failed roll! The Counts call for the local merchants to donate their best quality compasses and map-making materials, but there's little to be had. In the end, Chania and her adventurers press Eastern soldiers to join them on their quest, and they don't return, When Chania and her zealous adventurers leave, the servants on El Robot's estates mutter she won't be seen again. Wild. Deep in the south, a grandee paces back and forth along the balcony of their hillside villa. I'm told the progress is slow.
Oh, I told that progress is. Oh, sorry, fuck.
No
I'm
problem.
looking at the wrong thing.
No worries.
I'm looking at the stream. How could they be so blind, trusting in that fool of a king? He's done.
Yes, after all that stability. Anyway,
Yeah, fuck you and your stability.
the Grandee's aim is to raise the other region's combined defiance to 8 or more to ensure another region starts a rebellion.
Me and Bubba are planning something.
At the villa, sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme.
The thrice-cursed king is still refusing to sell us any public land.
It makes sense. The treasury's not exactly suffering right now. Patience, my friend. Let's bide our time until the king's gold runs out. The patrician's aim is still to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less.
That 1,000 would have done it.
Back in the east, Count Daluna 13 has met with his co-conspirators once again. Wine is being passed around in good measure, but there seems to be little cause for celebration.
It's no good. Patients are losing momentum. If you don't keep up the pressure, they'll be going back to their normal lives in peace.
And we wouldn't want that, God forbid. Bah, lazy good-for-nothings. Can't even get off their backsides for one measly revolt.
We have to keep them unhappy. Do not allow the king's theme time to stabilize.
Count's goal is to lower the kingdom's stability to 4 or less. Alright, it's tax season. Let's see. Everyone's in a pretty okay position, all things considered. Some people are hurting a bit more than others. Unsurprisingly, the people who have stepped away have the most wealth. I think I'm just gonna go with, well, The patricians are trying to get my money away from me, and some of them do have a decent amount of wealth. So I'm just gonna do that for a change. Just to be fair. Although that does help out the Grandees a little bit, because it raises defiance. Now they're 1 point away from their goal, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Stargazing, a body unearthed, and descent at the arena. I mean, my wife cares a lot about the arena, but I'm curious about the stargazing over here, and the body.
Oh god, it's me again. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. Those arch buffoons think they know everything, but they know nothing of the ninth god's wrath.
Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for an observatory high in the southern hills. But it's on Grandee Silvley's land, and he refuses to let us build there.
This thing is hearsay.
Heresy.
Heresy, fuck. I'm so tired.
You want to stop soon after this one?
Actually, yes, please.
Alright.
Such things as heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the ninth god intended. Put you up to this idea. I bet it was one of those patricians, like, I'm not even gonna attempt that.
Let's lament. Alright, so what'll we do? Do we construct the observatory? That's a 50% chance of success, because it's off of authority. Do we just find a different site for the observatory? I mean, that's not going to affect anything, but hey, it'll change things up. Do we just straight up forbid the construction of the observatory? Fuck that. It'll lower defiance, but it will raise faith, which is already maxed for the Grandees. And it goes against the Grandees' desire to do the thing that the man wants.
I mean, faith.
And then D, we could forbid construction and investigate the scholars' funding to see what the hell's up with that. Follow the paper trail. Or I guess the coin trail in this instance.
It's too early.
Do I want to do... Well, you know, I'm at 9. How about I do another call for unity and see how that goes? Let's begin the vote. Oh! Hey, Beowulf, thanks for coming in!
Howdy.
While the vote is going on, I will do a shout-out. Let's do /shout-out. How was your raid? How was your stream? What were you playing? Let's do that. And SO at mail. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, and let's see how that went while the clip is playing. Whoops. Oh, wow, looks like we're another tied. Either we construct the observatory or we pick a different site. up to me. We could gamble on that 50% coin flip. Or we could just find a different site.
Fuck, I needed that drink after that.
I mean,
Holy
sure,
shit.
why not? Let's just find a different site. It doesn't piss anyone
That
off.
caught me off guard. Oh man, I'm clipping that.
You search far and wide for an alternative site to the southern hills, but the other grandees have similar concern to Silvley's. Eventually, the scholars reluctantly build their observatory deep in the eastern moors, but the incredibly remote location makes it very hard to keep the place staffed and maintained. Within a year, you imagine the place will be shuttered and closed. At least the nobles wasted their own money for once. Alright. I mean, that
Yeah.
could have gone worse.
Where's the chaos?
So we were
There is
going
a body to
end-
deal with.
That's true, there is a
Oh, you're
body.
right.
Do we
A
want
body
to
on Earth. That's never a good thing.
do we want to
No, it's
finish off the season before we end things off because we just got rated, or do we just want to
Yeah.
end here?
That'd be a good thing to do, honestly. Like, we only have 2 left, right? Or 3.
Yeah. only 2.
I don't mind.
All
I
right.
don't mind.
A body
We're all
unearthed.
getting tired, honestly.
Count El Robot has his servants bring in a stretcher to the council hall.
Serenity and adventurers return from the wreck of the Staffer, Your Highness.
What happened?
They reached the hole of the shipwreck and found this.
The other nobles recoil in horror. It's a corpse that almost looks human, encrusted all over with ice crystals embedded into its flesh. Despite the heat of the lamps, the crystals remain solid and glittering.
We think this was once a wizard. Perhaps the source of the wreck's reputation. Many of this sort of problem.
Huh.
We must handle this carefully, Your Grace. We don't know what could we do to do with the remains. Can a wizard body be destroyed at all?
Yeah, that's kind of, Well, Council, what are we gonna do? Do we pay Count El Robot to return the body to the ocean? It'll lower the treasury, raise stability, and raise wealth. Do we build a funeral pyre and burn the body? That is a 90% chance of success thanks to stability. Do we stow the body back on the wreck and just keep it secret and hope the problem just goes away? That'll be a 30% chance of success, based on our authority. Or do we put the body on display in an Eastern museum? Wealth goes up for the counts, trade will go up, but faith in that area will go down.
Wow.
Throw into the ocean.
I mean, I like B, but everyone is free to vote how they see fit.
Vote.
12 seconds left on the clock.
Do cover up.
Uh-oh. 2 sec... Okay. Once again, it's a tie. I don't like these options.
Look, it's fine. The ocean will deal with it. And besides, it's the ocean. Who goes out there anyway?
Honestly, of the 2 options, that's probably the better one. It lowers the treasury by a sizable amount, but...
At the same time, it undermines the stability, which is why I didn't want it to happen. I was like, realistically, there's nothing I can do to vote. That's why I didn't vote on this one.
I mean, you could have voted for C or B, just to change things up, but I guess we're gonna throw the body into the ocean and hope it works out. You dip into the treasury to pay El Robot for the trouble of transporting the body all the way to shore. Word has it that when the sea burial takes place, the waves part to accept the wizard's body, and the water turns the color of charcoal. Now that the body is gone, the wreck calms. Visitors can walk around the place without danger, though they mostly avoid it all the same. Fair? Well, that problem seems to be solved for the most part.
You know, I mean, we probably made another problem. but it's fine.
We might have. But you know what? That's future us's problem.
Exactly.
A coastal gladiator named Onyx has become remarkably popular in the arena.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, I heard he threw a whole ox across the stadium. He's throwing even bigger words around these days. In his last match, he donned a crown and claimed he would be a better monarch than you. Okay, we're gonna have to fucking kill him, I see.
Whoa. Come on.
It's a joke for now, but it's still seditious. And he has a significant following. He or of the other gladiators, or even the patricians at large, may decide to take this further. Chaco?
Depths below, since when does the king have a say in what happens in our own arenas?
Onyx needs to rein in this behavior. Simply Voltic II and their friends grumble and mutter amongst themselves. But it all comes down to the council's decision. Well,
I'm
council,
a cool guy.
what'll we do about this? Do
Insert
A,
the Vegeta.
we
I'm a
leave
cool
Onyx...
guy.
It's true. But do we leave Onyx to fight however he pleases? This has a 100% chance of success, because stability's at 10. B. Noble patrician Simply Voltic II shall fight Onyx in the ring to discredit him. Yes, a noble fighting a champion gladiator? I don't see how that could possibly go wrong. C. The king will watch Onyx's next bout and intimidate him into silence. Or D. Arrange an accident for Onyx. That'll lower the treasury by 50. Or 500,
Here,
excuse me.
hold on. Let me do my best Vegeta impression. Kill him!
That's what I was gonna say. Insert DBCA Vegeta.
Listen, I say you should let me do whatever.
I mean, you know I said something, but I mean, I can't argue with that 100% success rate up there.
Come on. I have to.
Come on.
Come on, you say no to this face.
Look at him.
Noble patrician Simply Voltic shall fight Onyx in the ring to discredit them.
That's
I
what it
want
looks
to see this.
Everyone wants to watch this noble get his shit kicked in.
Yeah,
Voltic, I know you're in the chat. I
Noble, he's
love
an
you, but
asshole.
this is your fate now.
Sorry,
No, hold on,
Voltic. It looks like we may have Voltic the Third coming up. Hold on. Even he voted for it. Hold on. He wants to fight.
Nah, he's like,
Oh,
fuck
you
it, man,
wanna
I got
go,
this.
Let's go.
Worth.
What? Oh, I'm sorry, Chaco.
What? Me? But I'm a noble.
Well, let's see. Time to trade up. It's all 20% chance of success. Here's hoping you get that really low roll. Don't be a coward. Nobles have fought in the arena before. Up and at 'em. You'll do great. Confidence. Noble patrician Simply Voltic II hurries away. Over the coming weeks, they train beneath the best mercenaries money can buy. By the time the battle arrives, Simply Voltic II is ready for action. It's a brutal fight, but Onyx loses to a special move that's quickly nicknamed the Simply Voltic Pile Driver. Damn! Voltic is a
retire.
threat to be reckoned with.
He fucking cure you pile driver his ass.
He did. He planted an idiot tree. Losing.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the fact that he ran with a pile driver is even funnier because, like, me and Chug are both wrestling fans.
Out of the clear blue sky in this ancient medieval setting, someone invents the pile driver.
Should have done the tombstone.
Really should have. Losing to a noble is an embarrassment indeed, and Onyx slinks away in defeat. His name is soon a distant memory, and it is made clear that the arena is no place to criticize the crown. Yeah, we don't want politics in our fighting fun. We just want people killing animals and each other. Jeez.
Yeah, and probably worse.
And probably worse.
And
That-
more.
But outside the ring, the patricians spread word that the king had to enlist Simply Voltic II to do his dirty work. It's not all smooth victories. Oh, damn, my authority is down to the worst it could be. Well, no, it's not at 1 or 0, but hey, it's pretty low. But my stability is high, and that's what matters. But I think this is an excellent place for us to end for the evening. Everyone, let's go through. Chaka, where can these lovely folks find you when you're not here?
You find me on Twitter at ChocolateZombie101. Find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch at ChocolateZombie101. You can find me on this very channel on Tuesdays for the Revalia, where I play Lilith Fireheart, the Tiefling Bard. On Wednesdays, you can find me and Daluna over on twitch.tv/TwitchPerson for Power Ranger Cyberstrike. Currently on hiatus for scheduling issues, but just stay tuned to our socials when we'll be back.
All right, and Daluna, where can everybody find you?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter, Daluna1338, on Blue Sky, Twitch, and YouTube at Daluna13. Tomorrow, Draco and I will be here again for Kingdom Hearts. We're going to be finishing up Agrabah. Gotta remember where we are after that. Agrabah. Monday, we will see episode 4 of the Medi Race. We had, Draco, unfortunately, you lost your starter, so welcome to the club.
What?
Yeah, I lost Persephone.
Persephone got. God damn it. It's the first time that he's lost a starter. Now me and him are tied on that front.
Yeah, and I lost Flare too, my Flareon. What? But I got Tyranitar to replace it, so...
Okay, that's honestly a fair deal.
Yeah, it's like he replaced Ric Flair with a dinosaur. I think that's fine.
That's
yeah.
a pretty good deal.
Her name is Godzilla.
I mean, of course.
Let's see. Tuesday, like Draco said, and again, once again, here on Draco's channel for the Revelia, Argyle's most likely to be pissed off because his cousin was kidnapped by a clown. He has no idea what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah, you never want to be in that situation.
And yeah, follow Twitter, YouTube. Like, I post shorts occasionally. The last one I posted was very funny. At least I think it was. So yeah, that's me.
And Thin, you don't really have anything to promote at this point, but how are you doing?
Hello. And you're wrong.
Oh?
Because I'm going to take the place for Alec here. In there.
Fair enough.
Hello. I'm Fan. I play Andros on Thursday with the Odyssey. And I also play a lizard folk named Solbrook on Alex's stream, aka The Lost Knights. And soon, you may see a project of mine being published. Though my module is being on a hiatus due to money,
Fair.
I may give you a little teaser of a subclass of mine. Have you ever wanted to don the image of your god in the image of armor? Do you like Power Rangers or Sentai? Then I will probably have something that you will like. So be on the lookout for that.
Me staring directly at Chaco and Daluna as you said that.
Maybe.
No, I didn't just run a 4-hour stream 2 weeks ago, like doing my favorite Sentai mechs. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, no, what? You like Power Rangers? Get out of here.
So be on the lookout for that.
Alright, and of course, you've already found me here. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Like Luna said, on Monday we're going to be doing our meta race. We are at the 6th gym at this point, right? Because Norby was 5th.
Yep, we kicked the shit out of Dad for not being around.
Yeah, we got sick and tired of Dad just sort of living in Petalburg for some reason when he could be home with me and Mom, but no, he's not. So we beat his
Running
ass.
a gym is hard work, son.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just move us into the town that the gym is in? You wouldn't even have to walk that far if we did that. What are the prices of houses there?
Surprised you guys are already that far in.
Oh yeah, no, it's been going pretty quick. We're doing like 2 gyms, I think, most sessions. And it's not too long, Emerald. But
no,
sorry.
Like Gen 3 is notorious. Like it's actually like a shorter version of the story because of the fact that they wanted to make it a short version of the story because the post game is what they put all their effort into.
Yeah. And, of course, Tuesday, you can catch myself, Milla Ninja, Royal Hoshi, Daluna 13, Chocolate Zombie 101, Hey Mr. Rabbit, and I need to update because Zell is no longer there, due to being kidnapped by a clown. And also basic training, but the clown thing.
Basic training.
Our heroes find themselves in a weird desert, fighting a monstrosity made of wax and a body. Will they be able to beat that monstrosity and get their way to Arachne, head of the Were Spider Coven the Web, and save their friend? You'll have to tune in to find out. Wednesday, I have 2 more dungeons to cover in Oracle of Ages. Is it 2 more? Actually, let's see. I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4... No. I think it's 4 more, actually. But anyway, there's 2 more to do, and I can complete the trading quest to get the Master Sword, so that's going to be on my list. Thursday, you can catch myself as well as... Did I misspell out? There it goes. Okay. You can catch Lost Knights, Yellingatme, who was here a little while ago, Broadenrod, Onyxlocket, who's still here, and Royal Hoshi.
Hello.
They are at the top of the Tower of Praxis, where they are going to be fighting the Lord of Storms, the god Sidon. I mean, first they have to get his fucking attention. He's out, and they are interns.
Yes, we are.
So they're basically getting free reign of the place, believe it or not. What wacky hijinks will they get into before the God of Storms comes and pulls the ruse from under their legs? You'll have to tune in to find out. And like Daluna said, Fridays, you can catch me and him as we continue on through Recoded. But with all of that said and done, we should go find someone to raid. Who is live?
I just have Rabbit and Bracky.
You know what? Let's raid into Rabbit. He's playing a game I'm not familiar with. Terrapang 2?
Never heard of it.
It looks like a shooter. I've got a stream up.